Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosko, and welcome to my channel.
Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosko. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg. And if you were around my channel a little under 4 hours ago, you'll know that I tried to go live, but sadly, I was running into a lot of problems with my technology because my computer went through an update that lasted 3 hours. And so that was not good. So I'm thinking I'm gonna delete that old live stream. And if any of you watching have been watching YouTube this whole night in North America, you might have picked up on a strategy I just did, because I went live strategically at this time to see, or to try and test the waters of YouTube, to see if something were, if one of my hypotheses would be proven true. And so far, it looks like my hypotheses has been proven true. So let's put on the ticker tape and let's go through the comments. So of course we have StreamYard, but hello, Funtime. And hello, MacroBricks, and hello, Clicking Cliff. Funtime, let me know if you'd like an invitation. I can send that to you on Discord. Macro, I sent you an invitation on Instagram, and Clicking Cliff, I know it'd be kind of late for you, but if you wanna come onto the panel, I've sent out invitations on the live stream game. Yeah, so far my little hypothesis looks to have been proven true. Yeah. Well. Anyway, just maybe some other time then, Mike. Okay, so what I wanted to do a little bit earlier was to try and build some more trees, because I've been inspired by Brick Hive to build a lot of trees. Hello, Jody Smith. Hey, Jody. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought, Cliff. It is kind of late for you. It'd be about midnight for you right now, Cliff, I'd imagine. So, I have been inspired by Brick Hive to build a lot of trees lately. I was on some live streams where he was building trees, and some of you guys might know I built some trees myself. Hello, Bricklock IL. If you're not busy, Bricklock, I'd be more than willing to send you an invitation on Instagram. Or actually, I can't remember if you're in the live stream gang or not. I can't remember. But anyway, just let me know if you'd like to come on to the panel. So if I can get my laptop all logged on, I can get the microphone connected, and I can point the camera towards my build station, because I literally just finished unfolding my table so that I can sit down and build some more trees. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I hope you don't have a gas leak or anything, Funtime. Exactly, Johnny. That's why I decided to end the live stream earlier, because I knew that I wasn't in a position to show the Lego, but now that my laptop has finally finished doing its updates, I can come in and show the Lego. So let me add my other camera and let me change this to landscape. And let me slightly angle this build camera down. So right now you can see the build table. And let me just go and get my trees that I had built in a previous live stream. These are the trees. And I said it in my previous live stream, and I'll say it again. I did get some, for the people who were in that live stream, I asked them, what tree design do you want to see in my city? So if I rotate this around, these two are the same design. This design right here is all square bricks. This design has its trunk be that 1x1x6 column brick. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from various people, either on Instagram or on YouTube live streams or my Patreon supporters, of which Macro Bricks is a Patreon supporter. Hello, Will Harper. You also have an invitation to come on via the live stream, gang, if you'd like to come on in. Agreed. Yeah, I have had some people tell me that they do look like pine trees, but the look I'm going for is kind of the South Australian fern tree, which is a little bit different from other fern trees in places like South America or Asia. They're a little bit, instead of kind of looking like a whale's tail, they do kind of look like a pine tree. Because I do have a design that I'd like to do of an actual pine tree. And because fern trees look a little bit different in South Australia, I have had a lot of people tell me that they look like pine trees. So I definitely need to come up with a standard pine tree design. Yes, I think they look pretty spiffy as well, Johnny. Jody says, can't wait till Lego releases the farm sets because these sets have been a long time coming. Yes, the last time they came on, the last time we had a whole wave of farm sets was in 2009 with the combine harvester and the tractor and the horse float and the farm set itself. Funtime says, I hope I don't have a gas leak. I turned it off 10 minutes ago and I think I still smelt it. That's not good. My thoughts are with you if you have a gas explosion or anything. I hope nothing bad happens. And I'm sorry if you can hear the fan of my laptop in the background. I apologize about that. Please let me know if that's distracting in the comments. So I've had a variety of people give me feedback. I think the consensus is that these two designs right here are the best because they have the rounded tree trunks, and they are and the tree trunks are 4 bricks tall instead of 6 bricks tall. So I did have people, some of them were in these comments, say why not use all of them, and definitely I will be using all of them. Personally, for nostalgia's sake, I like this design with the square bricks, but I know that for realism, which is what most people prefer in the Lego community, which is why I think it would be right to use this as a standard, use the round bricks as a part of the standard design for tree trunks. So everyone in the comments, let me know which design of tree trunk you think is the best for these South Australian fern trees. You'll have to let me know. I do have pictures of that stuff on Instagram as well. Will Harper says, maybe I've been up since 5:30 a.m. trying to finish a mock. We're trying to finish that mock for the contest, and now at the position where I could stay up and fall or sleep in 2 seconds. Yeah, I felt like that sometimes. So are you trying to... Wait, so Will Harper, are you saying that the Star Wars mock you're building, are you building that for Coconut Wix's contest? That would be my guess about the contest. Jody says, I would call the fire department. They would be able to tell you if you really have a gas leak. Funtime says the smell is starting to go away. I think that was just lingering. Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe a false alarm. But I hope you don't have a gas leak or anything. So I would absolutely love to build more of these trees, but just like with... Oh, whoops. I knocked over something. It was this Pringles can of like 10 elements. That's not good. That is not good. Luckily, I didn't spill any more over. Okay, so as some of you might know, I've also been building some skyscrapers, and I'm really proud of the grey skyscraper in particular because it's the most complete so far, and it is 7 stories tall. And if some of you guys were watching various Brick Hive live streams, you'll notice that in one of his live streams, I actually put the interior detail. Into inside of this facade. Yes, I thought that was for Coconut Wix's contest. Will Harper says, can you use more of the 1x1 bricks with the studs on all sides, but attach them sideways as branches to add more greens? You know, that's a good idea, Will. So are you saying for the tree trunks? Are you saying for the tree trunks, use, instead of using all of the brown pieces for the tree trunks, use these black Travis bricks for the whole length of the tree, and have some of these flower stem pieces on the tree trunk itself? Because if that's what you're suggesting, I think that's an idea I might have to consider. If that's what you're saying, I think that's a good idea. And for everyone watching these live streams, particularly with these tree mocks, I want you guys to play a very big part in this stuff. I've already had support from my Patreon supporters, which MacroBricks is one of them, and one particular Patreon supporter said, well, because my Patreon supporters carry more weight in my decision making, he thinks that these designs of the South Australian pine trees are, no, sorry, not pine trees, fern trees are the better. And I'll be interested to see what Captain Matt and MacroBricks has to say as well, because Macro, you're in the chat, and out of everyone here, your opinion carries the most weight as a Patreon supporter. Which of these designs do you like the best personally? Because I can completely change my decisions based upon everyone's feedback in the comments of this live stream or on my Instagram post about this stuff. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and I really appreciate everyone who's come in to the live stream. And I think, there's a lot of people in the community who live stream on Friday night. But I think I might personally get more views. This is just a plan I'm starting to develop actually as of today and last Friday as well. I'm thinking I'll get more traffic late Friday night. Like as in like if I was to do like a 2-hour live stream from, sorry about my noisy ass family in the back. If I were to do live streams from like 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. on the east coast of North America, that would clash with less people because you have people like Bevan's Bricks and Friday Night's Bricks who are live at that same time. Friday Night's Bricks with people like Jesse's Brick Galaxy. Obviously, Bevan always attracts more than 50 viewers to his live streams. And I thought to myself, well, everyone's going to go to Bevan, and me, I just can't compete with Bevan. We do have a guest. It is Macro. Hey, Macro.
Good day, sir. How's it going?
It's going good. Especially with these decisions I'm making, because I'm thinking this time will get me more traffic than if I was to compete with Friday Night Bricks and Bevan's Bricks.
Well, worst case, you could always try it out and make notes, but from 12 to 2, I feel like you're kind of in the North American for us late owls.
Yeah, because what I'm thinking is if I was to do it at this time of day, instead of trying to go for that prime time Friday night market in North America, why don't I go for the late night market instead, where instead of competing with Bevan's Bricks, who does way better content than me, and I'd say he's probably now become the most respected builder in the community, to be honest, just because of the cultural impact he has. I'm prepared to put money on I'm prepared to put my money where my mouth is and say that Bevan's Bricks has now become the most respected builder in the community.
That's a good point. He's doing damn good, man. He's built a lot of good stuff over the years, that's for sure. Put pride into it.
Yeah, and so like the quality of his builds are just out of this world, and I know that with my stature right now, I just can't compete with his awesomeness. I just can't compete with his awesomeness, and it's a lose-lose situation for me to want to compete with Bevan. And so because I have so much respect for Bevan's Bricks, I think he's just totally owned that time slot, which is why I'm thinking, why not try go after the quote graveyard shift in North America instead for these. I think that's just unfortunately the way it has to go. And I think it's better for me as well because I don't have to wake up as early to do these things. Let me go over some of these comments. Will Harper says Darrell has a great city, and I love his airport and diagonal highway. Yes, those are pretty much. I think those are the two most popular reasons why people love Bevan's Bricks, and why I need to go back and binge watch all of Bevan's Bricks. Hopefully, I can binge watch all of Bevan's Bricks before the end of February. That's my goal. There's a bunch of other people like Miss Bricks and Blockhead UK that also have awesome cities. I've already finished binge watching some people in the community, their city updates, and now I can move on to other people because I like to spread the love.
Very cool. Yeah, you don't want to miss Lee's. She's got some really cool stuff too.
Yeah, because like there's so many awesome people out there, and it really makes me mad because of time zones that I can't get into the comments of more of those people in the UK because they have awesome craft as well, and also no one really competes with those people in the UK because of time zones, so they get a lot of traction, and I feel guilty that I can't be there to say hello to those people. I really do. let's go over some of these comments more. Bricklock says, I will
a good
leave
point, Bill.
myself in lurk mode. Good luck with the stream. Stay safe in Canada. Or Canada, macro.
Canada.
Funtime says, I'm not up that late anymore. Will says, most people hurt their backs while lifting heavy things. I just pulled a muscle while watching YouTube. I don't like getting old. One thing I will say is, everyone, don't forget to leave a like on the live stream to tell YouTube that people like to watch me. Because I'm not afraid to say that with my social media post I did this morning, I'm not afraid to say that I've been going through a little bit of anxiety in the past week because of all of these thoughts with YouTube and what I'm going to do with my Lego build stuff I need to order on Bricklink. University is coming up. Am I going to get another month's work contract? There's a lot of stuff, and also I've bought more stuff off of eBay and Bricklink. I'm still waiting on orders. There's just been a whole bunch of things going in my head that honestly caused me anxiety, to be honest.
Well, Mayo, I hope that anxiety is just from your life and a little bit of stress with stuff like college and work and not outside forces. Because I think you're a great guy, Mayo. I think you're 100% honest. You're humble, real world experience. You're just a good, down to earth character. And I was thinking about this today, actually, as we were talking a little bit over the Instagram. I was thinking, Mayo, his biggest downfall isn't really a downfall. The guy's biggest downfall is he loves the Lego YouTube community so damn much. Maybe almost to a little bit of fault. But I was thinking, is that a fault? Mayo, he don't care whether you're big, small, black, white, male, female, gay, straight, he, they, poor, rich, whatever. He just wants to be everybody's friend. But you're a very literal thinker, Mayo. So when people get all up in there and, I leave a comment, well, I don't like that Mayo guy. Well, he wants to know why. I want to know why somebody doesn't like me either. Did I wreck something? Did I piss you off? Did I say something stupid? Well, if you don't have a reason, well, maybe it's just that person as an individual. So, Mayo, I just want to throw that out there. Thank you for being a genuine, no sugar, no filler, real whole egg, straight shooter, man. And I'm almost about to handcuff myself to the banister and burn this whole freaking house down, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, Funtime said, I don't see the link to join on. I'd be more than willing to send you a link on. Yeah, let me go and get you a link quick, fast, in a hurry, Mike. I'd love to talk to you. Yeah, and I really appreciate those words, Macro, because something, I've done a little bit of soul searching in the last week, and I've come to the conclusion that some people, I don't know if it's jealousy or whether they're just a bad person.
They're mentally unstable. Macro said it here first. They're mentally unstable.
Or if they have a personal problem, or they have beef, or whatever the case is. I think some people just have it out for me, to be honest.
Just don't change nothing, Mayo. I just don't want to see you be unhappy. I like when you're a happy character. I can hear it in your voice. It sounds great. And I don't want to see anyone else drag you down to their level, man. Don't change nothing. You're doing great.
I think Will Harper said that your screen froze, Macro.
Oh, yeah, it did. Thanks for the eye, Will.
Hello.
Yeah, everybody. I think some people just have a weird vendetta against me. I'm gonna say it. They just have a weird vendetta against me.
Hello.
Hey, Mike. Whoa, I nearly tripped over something. Let me get back here. We did go up to 8 viewers. I think some of those people must have been bots. Let's get Macro back in.
Sorry, buddy.
And Jody says Mayo solidarity is key. Yes, but the problem is, I love this community so much. I don't have fun being. I honestly don't have. But I don't have fun being a solo act. I really don't. Sometimes I'd prefer to be on other people's live streams than to go solo myself. You know, because I'm all lonely on my live streams. But even if I'm watching someone, I can talk with other people in their comments, you know, and I just enjoy that more because I love this community and I respect so many talented builders so much that I don't know. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling, and I know saying there are people who have a vendetta against me. That's going to turn away people, but I'm not afraid to say that I know there are people who have a vendetta against me, and I'm sorry about that noise in the back. But that is not my problem. That is their problem, and that's why we as community members need to weed out all of the bad eggs. We really do, and I'm glad that we have support and people who actually like me and are kind enough to turn up in the comments. I have nothing but respect for all of you guys.
Well, I'm almost to the point where I've seen enough crap. Like I've seen people pick on you enough is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because like it's
some
like
ways we ask for it, but
yeah, like I totally understand where you're coming from, Jody. I think my biggest flaw as a YouTuber is that I'm not a one-man show. I need to become a one-man show because that's how I'm going to improve my craft. God, I need to close that window. I think someone's running the lawnmower or something.
It's always great to be a one-man show and hold your own, but it's great to have that community, that support, those ideas, that fun and entertainment. That's why half of us are doing this, right? It's that entertainment, man. You can't go out to a movie theater. I can't go to a mall.
Exactly, and it just and like I try not to get caught up in the numbers, but I do care about the numbers. I am an honest enough person to say that I do care about the numbers, and honestly something that just pisses me off is people get mad at people for caring about the numbers because they've been so indoctrinated by the age-old YouTuber mindset that I don't do views. No, sorry, I don't do videos for the views. And the reason that I don't believe in that, well, I don't subscribe to that theory, is that, well, if you don't do videos for the views, why aren't all your videos private? You know? I love debunking all of these psychological mindsets because it's just garbage and they know that they're lying to themselves. Like, I'll ask the question to everyone here. Have you ever said, I do video? Well, for those who do videos on their channel, have you ever told yourself or told other people that I don't make videos for the views? Because if anyone ever has, and I know that I've talked to people who aren't in this live stream right now, who aren't in this chat right now, who have said that, and I call it bullshit on all of that.
On Twitch, I do videos on Twitch and like live streams, and I've never said that because there's no point in doing it if there's nobody to talk to. Then it's just boring.
Exactly.
Like if I don't have any views for like an hour, then it just gets really boring.
Yeah, and like I see so many people in the community who have tried to get into the community, but they put too many eggs in one basket. And when you don't have a central hobby that you show on your channel, that's going to hurt you. If you do a little bit of Lego and you do a little bit of collectibles and you do a little bit of gaming, you're not going to have as much views. You just got to focus your channel on the one thing. I know my friends have they have got into contact with people in the Lego community. And then when they film videos that isn't about Lego, they complain, oh, I'm just going to quit YouTube because I'm not getting the views. Well, that's because you're going after the wrong people. If you're more interested in gaming, focus on the gaming.
Oh, you're muted, Microbooks.
Yeah, the macro is muted. Let me actually. I need to.
There you go.
Yeah, you're unmuted now. Let me see if I can get the microphone to work over here.
And half the time, it's not that people don't want to watch. It's that they expect you to do Lego. They don't even know I'm doing a gaming channel or I'm doing a gaming video, right? They're not expecting that. You got to build it up. So like you said, if you want to do a gaming stream, you got to build up that gaming stream. You want to do a Lego stream, you got to build up that Lego stream.
And I'm just trying to move around some stuff right now. I'm gonna, while I just tinker around with my microphone, I'll respond to some comments. Jody Smith says, I noticed in the beginning of January in the Lego community, a lot of people started acting strange and hating on people in the Lego community. Yes, I've noticed that.
That was me, Jody. I started, I wouldn't say acting strange, but I started giving people the boot because if you're going to come troll me, derail me, talk crap about me, you know, talk behind my back and I catch you and all that crap, well, why am I going to be nice when no one else is nice, right? I'm only going to get slapped in the face so many times before a guy retaliates. Like, come on, man.
And unfortunately, I think something that's happened in the community over since November is that some enemies have become friends and some friends have become enemies.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had enemies become friends, but I've definitely had and I won't even say they're enemies. I don't have enemies, man, because I just have to go do something about that. I just have people I don't want to associate with. That's it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Will Harper is right when Will says, Jody, I think that happened because people went back to work and are stressed again and started taking it out on everyone else. I wouldn't be surprised if you're right.
Sure, part of that, yeah.
With your hypothesis, Will, because I know I kind of noticed the
Christmas.
same thing. I think some people are stressed as hell because over the past 3 years, people forgot how to work hard.
I got lucky during the whole Shima virus the last 3 years. I never had to stop working. Which would have been nice. I mean, I would have sat at home for a year if the government wanted to pay me a little bit. That would have been all right deal, but
come on, why isn't this microphone plugging in?
I'm sorry if I haven't been in the streams lately. I've been reading a script because I'm going to be in a play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Broadway.
Hopefully, eventually.
Okay, now I think we got the Yeti. I think we got the Yeti mic connected, and let's read some of these other. Will Harper says, "You never want dead or quiet air time while streaming." I think Greg London Bridge Bricks is probably the best when it comes to not having dead air time. He is almost a little too busy for me, though. I would watch Greg more if he had less guests. He fills up his panel every time, which isn't necessary.
It's hard to communicate when there's 12 people on the panel. Who's talking, who's not? I don't want to overtalk anyone.
Yeah.
I agree, Mayo. They should just make a separate channel for every hobby, which is why a couple of us know that Brick Hive now has a drawing channel.
Yeah. I agree with Phil. We just need to win the lotto. And I don't need to win the lotto so I can go buy a bigger house or a Ferrari. I just want to win the lotto so that Mark's time is Mark's time. That's all I want.
Exactly. And like
Not asking for much here, are we, Will?
and for those who aren't the binge watchers that me and Macro are, because I think the reason why me and Macro get along so well is because we go everywhere in the community. We just want to talk to people.
I think we're
And
also a little bit flexible, man. I think we can bend a couple different ways.
Exactly, and like
I'm
and
not
like
hard set on any
we
one position.
we see each other.
We see the love that everybody has to offer.
Sorry about that. We see each other in so many chats. We just we don't even need to say hello to each other anymore.
Yeah.
As crazy as it is to say, like, some of us see each other so many places, it just becomes redundant saying hello because we're like, oh, this guy's here. Oh, this guy's here. Oh, this guy's here.
Well, yeah, when you see someone, 3 times in the same day, it's no point in saying
like
hi anymore.
I will see Will Harper in so many chats. I'll see Eric in so many chats. I'll see Johnny G in a couple of chats, and I'll see Clicking Cliff in a couple chats as well. And it's almost like we don't even need to say hello to each other because we see each other like all the time in the chats, and that's just amazing.
It's like we're brothers already.
Exactly, like there's a bond that can't be broken because we always see each other, whether we're watching each other's live streams or whether we're watching someone else's live streams. And I think like I'm not afraid to be honest because I have too much integrity, but I think some people have put themselves on a stature that they think they're above everyone else, and other people they just make excuses for everything.
100%. You want to know what I'm going to touch on that? And I find that's really funny. People put their stature, they put themselves above where they are. And this is the one I hear all the time in the community. Oh, I'm smarter than you. Oh, I'm smarter. Oh, I'm smarter. Oh, wait till he talks to somebody who's smarter. What's the definition of smarter? Are we all going to start pulling out our college degrees and holding them up to the camera and see who went to university for longer? Like, what is smarter than the next person? The next person that comes to me and says, hey, Macro, I can't have a conversation with you because I'm smarter than you, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah. And like, I like having these honest conversations with people. And if any of my enemies want to come on to the live stream,
yeah,
I'd be more than willing to have those conversations because
me too.
I want to talk to people. I want to understand why there is so much hatred between specific people in the community, and why people just block people on social media for no reason. Like
they won't come on the streams now. I go to everybody's stream, even when I know it's going to be rough waters. I get up in there to kind of mend the uneasy path a little bit, and they can't do it, man. No one will have a conversation.
You guys,
I say this tough old.
So I don't get why people would hate on you guys. You're nice to people that would usually be considered your competitors.
I think Mayo and I are pretty nice people. I just think maybe we speak what we think.
And like some people in the community just can't accept people's honesty.
Just so many people are fake.
Like there's a reason why I say I try to stay away from some areas on social media, online, and this community because there's just a bunch of soft people out there.
But why can't someone get someone's honesty? Like we're not out. I'm going to use myself. I can only speak for myself. Yeah. I'm not out belittling anyone. I'm not out condescending anyone. I'm not out trash talking. I'm not trying to hype up my ego. Oh, look at this Lego set. I got one and you don't have any. You know, the stuff that I get mad about, it's the stuff that people wouldn't do in front of your face. They'll do it in a car, they'll do it behind a computer screen, but they don't do it in front of your face.
Because for
That's the
some
stuff I get mad
reason,
about.
for some reason, honesty offends people nowadays.
And like, I've had to unsubscribe from dozens and dozens and dozens of people because they just either get all up in their own feelings, they put themselves on a, well, they think higher of themselves than where they are, and they don't respect those who came before them, and they just, or they have a dark past that they are trying to actively cover up and blame on everyone else because they can't take responsibility for their actions, or as what Will Harper says, they've been raised on participation trophies, or they've become so indoctrinated by the TikTok culture. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok for ethical reasons because there are bylaws in the terms of service on TikTok that if your video is popular enough, Tencent Technologies, who owns TikTok,
They own your video.
They can say, you know what, your video is so popular, we're going to take all the rights for the monetization. And technically, there is no such thing as monetization on TikTok. You know why? Because all the money comes from endorsements. It doesn't come from something like YouTube AdSense. You don't get charged for all of your ads. You don't profit from all of the ads on your TikTok. Tencent Technology gets all of that. The way you make money on TikTok is by celebrity influencing endorsements.
Like in my OnlyFans type crap.
Yeah. And
Okay.
it's like, why would I want to go onto a platform where I don't have the potential of AdSense? There are thousands of people there are hundreds of thousands of people on YouTube that have AdSense that will never get endorsements. They'll never get endorsements from the big wigs. They'll never get that.
Hey, thanks for sharing, Jody. That's very cool that you feel that open to share that. People don't understand, and what I find, and I relate in a different way, but I find people also try and use your downfalls. I'm using myself as an example. People try and use your downfalls as a tool against you. Like my downfalls or my unique characteristics, I'm fully aware of. I don't need somebody to tell me, but they try and like nitpick it, or they try and spin it off like I'm a bad person because I want to work 14 hours a day, or I'm a bad person because I stuck up for the old lady who crossed the street, or whatever, right? Like any little thing, humanity just wants to pick it apart. And Funtime touched on it, Mayo touched on it, and here's another one. It's like when I drop the ball of life, there's the whole world, everyone in the crowd. Oh, Mark, look, you dropped the ball of life. Ha, 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 ha. But when someone else drops the ball of life, I pick it up and I go, oh, dude, sorry you dropped this. No, I didn't. That's not mine. No, dude, I just seen you. You dropped the ball and it rolled away from you. Here you go. I just got it for you. No, I didn't do that. Okay.
It seems like nowadays people don't like things that are different.
Yeah, because like people like
but
people get up in their own, like people get all comfortable in their own bubble. That they don't want to challenge themselves. They don't want to be critical thinkers and say, "Oh, hang on, I might be doing or thinking this all wrong. Why is this person better than me? How can I be better like them?
Well,
they must be doing something right that I'm doing wrong. Hang on, I'm doing something wrong. No, that can never happen. I'm always doing the right thing.
No, it is a true story though, Will. I was at a red light and there was a lady, and there's in the wintertime and there's like slush on all the roads and sidewalks, and she couldn't get her pusher up to the corner of the sidewalk. Therefore, none of the cars were stopping for her, and they kept driving, and they knew she needed to cross the walk. I pulled across 3 lanes of traffic, got out, and you know what? There was like eight or 9 cars at the front. They hated me. They hated me. Like, I just took 2 minutes of your day to get the old lady from one side of the street to the other with her walker. Like, this is the stuff you see in the movies that people are like, no, man, people wanted to get out the car and beat me up in the middle of the road for stopping traffic and helping the old lady. Like, that's
when
the
you
world
were the
we
good
live in.
person there.
That's the world we live in, man.
This world's just awful. Just extremely awful.
And in hindsight, or while we're talking about that, you know, I'm a person who's made a lot of mistakes in my life, right?
Same.
To me,
I
that's
have made mistakes. I have learned from my mistakes.
We all have.
But I think if I'm conscious about it, or if we're conscious about it, I think to me, I'm going to be a nicer person versus if I'm just like, I'm going to go find your dirt and use it against you. Like, who cares, man?
Yeah.
Your dog had an overbite. I'm going to go put pictures all over the internet. Like, I don't care if my dog had an overbite.
And like some people, like I always get these trolls in my comments saying, "Oh, your sister has images of her tits on Instagram. What are you doing,
It does
Mr.
make us great.
Pervert?"
It makes us a challenge.
Like people try to say that it's bad for my existence that my sister shows her tits on social media. My response is I don't care. Her body, her choice. And why are you interested in that? Are you a pervert? And then I just block all of those people when they go away forever.
See, that's my problem. Is why
would you say that? And I shouldn't have to be talking about this. And people have said, "Oh, I know that your family does blah blah blah." I'm going to block you and never talk to you ever again.
Well, man, if they only found out what my family did, holy shit.
Like, I know that my family does all this stuff. Why do you care? Because I don't care. Are you a pervert? Are you a stalker? Like, what are you doing? Just talk about Lego. Come on, people.
If people found out who I was related to, then I would probably be dead.
Like, I'm sorry anyone watching on the replay, but people have to be honest. People have to be honest with themselves, and it should not be a sin to be honest. But some people try to say that it is with their rhetoric.
People need to be honest with themselves. They need to stop lying with themselves. The proof's in the pudding, man. It's black and white. Either you need to learn how to read or you just don't know how to read. Like,
and like I know people who have only doubled I know people that only have doubled the subscriber count that I have, but they think that they are like 10 times better than me. No. Statistically, you're only 2 times better than me, but as a person, I'm 10 times better than you.
But statistically, but on a human level, they're the exact same.
Well, actually, on a human level, they're worse because they're not being honest with themselves. I am honest. I only have 258 subscribers. I'm only a quarter of a way to being monetized. I don't even have community posts. I am not a big shot.
And Will, I would have kept sweeping my dirt under the rug, but the mound was starting to look a little obvious, right?
Yeah. Will Harbour says, "Macro, you are a bad person for helping that old lady cross the street. Everyone knows you should kick him into the traffic. Our differences are what makes us great. A lot of people consider America to be the best place on earth, and that's because it's a melting pot of every kind of human. So is Canada, so is Australia, so is England. There is no one melting pot. There are a bunch of small melting pots." And they see, that's another pet peeve of mine. When people try to say that they're the greatest country in the world, only nationalists say that. The difference between see, people get this misconstrued all the time. They when people try to say that they're patriotic, but then they say something that, oh, you must do this because this is what our country wants to do. That's being a nationalist. Being a patriot, the definition of a nationalist is love it or leave it. But a patriot is love it, so change it. And I am a patriot. There are things I love about Australia. There are things I love about the United States of America. There is stuff I love about Canada. There is stuff I love about England, Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. But I'm not going to say that my country is better than yours because we are all better at something else than others. We're not better than everyone at everything.
America is not better statistically either.
And so, like, it really annoys me when then people say that I live in the greatest country in the world, and I say to them, you live in the world.
I can't even say I live in the coldest country in the world because that's not true either. But I'm close.
And it's like I'm just sick of them.
America.
I'm just sick of all of these people who don't do their own due diligence, who aren't honest with themselves, and don't read the facts. They don't know the facts. They either aren't they either chose not to get educated or they aren't educated. And so that's why.
Yeah, this is like a side life thing. So I don't want to say too much. Hairdresser, has a daughter, YouTube star. Let's say you're making $30,000 a month off YouTube and you've been doing it for 8 years and you started young. Would you have quit grade 11 and 12 to pursue YouTube?
No. It's not worth it. Education's more important than YouTube.
See, I don't think it's worth it because YouTube can dry up at any time. But had I had an opportunity or a career path like that, like post-secondary education wasn't really prevalent in my family, so I might have taken that. And then the education I got was just trade school, which is still a darn good education, depends how you look at it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with trade school. Going to trade school or TAFE in this state is better than not getting tertiary education at all.
And knowing what I know now about YouTube, I wouldn't, but back then I probably would have.
Like going to community college is better than going to community college is better than not going at all because it's education.
Well, the inside joke, especially in North America now, is you can go to trade school and I can make the same amount as a lawyer, except for I don't have to go into debt to go to school. No, if you got rich parents that are going to pay for it, no, that's fine. But
statistically, still, the stats show people who go to college are more likely to get into the upper middle class. That's what the stats say.
Yeah.
Unless the stats change, I'm going to endorse going to college, going to university.
And I'd say it's
until
easier,
the stats change. Until
easier life.
The stats change.
Because my wife went to university, so for me to make the same amount as her, I'm working weekends, long weekends, holidays. She works like the straight 9 to 5, gets every weekend off, paid vacation. So I think it's a ease of life thing.
Now I'm going to try and build some tree trunk. No, not tree trunks because I still need to get those pieces. The branches of some trees.
BFAB, what up, brother from another brick? My dad made 120 last year and he had topped at 170. Is that working for the man, or is he running his own business, doing trade, or? I feel like he's an electrician or something too. That feels like
Let
it's
me know
pretty good money.
let me know if you would like an invitation, BFAB. We'd be more than happy for you to come on if you're not doing anything else.
Wait,
Exactly,
so people
Will.
were judging you for things your family did? That doesn't
Sorry,
make
what was that fun time?
So people are judging you guys for things your family did?
Yes, in my case, yes.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. That's why they said, "Oh, your family members have done X, Y, and Z. I'm never talking to you again." Okay, bye. Go away.
Well,
See?
if they found out I'm related to one of the probably most hated people to ever live, so people would sure hate me.
And people don't realize, because they haven't educated themselves, is that people who already like. I think there is
Oh,
a
wow.
unanimous. I think there is a unanimous.
Right on, good for him.
I think there is a unanimous result, let's say, about who the worst person ever was, and that's the German Führer. But people don't realize what the German Führer did will have eventually killed less people than what someone else 50 years later is going to do. Something that has drastically affected the amount of deaths that have gone on in the past.
That man that you mentioned, I'm related to his wife.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. That doesn't mean that's built into you or nothing, though.
Yeah,
Like, my brother
people
kicks a
don't
dog
realize.
doesn't mean I'm an animal hater.
Like
we
people
aren't
don't.
who we aren't who
People
we
don't
were related
realize.
to.
Sorry. People don't realize is that those who have killed the most people in the past will
Very true, Brody.
eventually go down, because there are people right now who are going to kill more people than they did back then. Because there will be people. Mark my words. There is someone living right now who will eventually have killed more people than the German Führer in World War II. And I say German Führer because I don't feel comfortable saying his name.
Like, you think that person that's living now will do it all in one shot, or is it going to take 15 years to do?
It's going to take 15 years to half a decade. And I'll give you a clue. It all started in 1996 in Britain. Something that, if we go back into the, if we go back to the comments above, something that Jody Smith is not afraid to admit.
I have really severe ADHD and dyslexia, and people all judged me for it my whole life.
I don't have anything. And if I do, I don't know about it. So
I am unapologetically high-functioning autism. People don't realize it's called the spectrum because there's a spectrum from high-functioning to low-functioning. I am right here, right now. I am the person I am because I am high-functioning autism. People say that I'm some kind of Lego savant, let's call it. But I just did research. Like, all of the information is out there publicly right now. So if everyone just kind of had as much lazy time as I do, and will have in the future, everyone can be as smart as me when it comes to Lego, because the information is out there publicly. I don't hold any secret information. I just research stuff, and that's research.
But you got a good memory. If I researched it, 3 days later, I might not be able to remember all them details.
Exactly, like a good, a strong memory is indicative of the way people's brains are wired. My brain is wired. My brain is wired differently from Jody Smith, but my brain and Jody Smith's brain are scientifically wired differently than everyone else right here, unless they're also willing to come forward and say, I am on the spectrum.
I'm a high functioning alcoholic, but I think that's a different story.
And also ADHD, I don't think is on the spectrum, but I think there should be. I think ADHD should be on the spectrum, because I have friends that I've had to say, hey, you need to go to a psychologist.
Or that ADHD.
That suspected that they have ADHD.
It's a hyperactive attention deficit.
They went to a psychologist. They got some help, and they couldn't be more thankful for me telling them, because it has changed their whole life.
I agree, Will. If you want something in life, you need to just go for it. And nothing good comes easy.
So I got these trees. I got these tree trunks.
I should be sorting
right here. There's 7 of these things. I want to try build some trees. So BFAB, you just let me know if you want to come into the panel. Be more than willing to get you in.
I'm still laughing about the high functioning alcoholic.
Oh no, I just got a short tongue is what I'm learning.
And if some of you guys have watched my Mayo City updates, you'll realize that I have these logs. I have these logs from the 2018 cargo train. So go back and watch my previous city updates, like them and comment on them, because I really need the views.
How many of the pieces do you have that are in the middle of that log with like the little 4 sprockets sticking out?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 5 on each side. I do have a story. I do have a storyline that I'm going to play out in some Mayo City updates about. I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool to build some kind of like a small scale lumber mill, like on one of the corners of my railway line, to cut up some logs. I think that would be cool, because eventually I do want to turn these logs into trees.
Nice. That's
like
a good way to go, Jody.
BFAB says, I wish I could, but I'm in bed listening. Oh well. Well, thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to us be honest. Because, and for everyone else who is lurking, I think Bricklock said earlier, and I think Click and Cliff said earlier that they're lurking. Lurking is better than not having it on at all, and that's why I appreciate all of those people. And I appreciate people even more if they are actively engaged in the comments, and I appreciate people even more when they're on the panel. And some people get up all in their feelings that, oh, you're not treating your fans as equals. Not everyone.
Lego uses the same
is there I'll ask the question for people in the panel and in the chat. Is there something wrong with having a hierarchy of fandom? If you know you have a Patreon supporter, or you know that you have people in your membership, is there something wrong with there being a hierarchy of fandom?
I couldn't tell you. I can't relate to that yet. So I'm not in a position to give any information that's going to be relative.
Exactly.
People just get too butthurt now.
Yeah. Because I'm sorry, but I do treat people differently depending on how engaged they are in the community. If we get talking with each other, then I'm more likely to acknowledge your name. If you're just this one-off person who comes along and never comes back, why should I keep mentioning your name? And if people are paying their hard-earned money for a subscription service, they deserve to be treated like VIPs.
There you go. You got to offer them something for their cash. Much appreciated.
And it's there's nothing wrong with that. And if other people are doing it, they have a YouTube membership. They have a Patreon program. If they do it, why can't everyone else do it? The great thing about Patreon is that the fees are lower than YouTube membership, and anyone can set up a Patreon program. Anyone can do it, just as long as you have a PayPal account. Anyone can do it.
One thing that I thought of, and I wanted to try that similar to this topic, my own wacky science experiment, is you get people up on the chat or up on your panel all the time. I wanted to try and match people up. So let's say you get a couple people and they only say like 1 or 2 words every 8 minutes. I want to try and pair those people up and see how like the panel works out. And you get the people that just love talking. They're going to talk like 85 words in a minute. I want to get them up on the panel and see how it all works out and just kind of match, you know what I'm trying to say? Like match to bring it all together. It probably makes more sense in my head, but.
Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with trying.
No, you're just playing around. I'm trying to make a better experience for the people on the panel, for the viewers, for myself, for anyone and everyone, right? I'm just trying to match up like-minded characteristics, if that makes sense.
It sounds like you're trying to like do quick dating.
Something like that, but we're all a bunch of dudes generally, so I don't know if that's going to work out too well.
And like I'm on record saying, if I get enough people, if I get enough people supporting me on Patreon, when I do get monetized, I'm not going to enable mid-roll ads because I won't need the income from the mid-roll ads if I have people supporting me on Patreon. And if that happens, then that's a better experience for the viewers at home because they don't have to sit through the mid-roll ads. People don't realize, some people don't understand this, but mid-roll ads are more annoying than ads at the start of the video because they're more likely to have the skip ad button.
Especially in the middle of a song. There's nothing worse than mid-roll ads in the middle of a song. I always wonder, that's actually a good one. I should take a poll. I should find out like what is the optimal viewing experience for a live stream from the viewer's point of view. Do they want to see a full panel, 5 people on the panel? Do they want it just about Lego? They want to talk about life? They want it to be a little bit of the Kardashian type effect where we just, get nothing done in a day? Like, I'm always curious. Like, what is the optimal viewing experience?
That's what I want to know, so I can get better. So I can get better as a creator.
Call me crazy, but I like pineapple on pizza.
Go ahead, you two.
Okay, I'm out. Bye-bye. You're never coming back. No, just kidding.
But that's also because I got a sweet tooth, so.
That's the same reason I do it.
Yeah, I like pineapple on pizza. I don't mind. I also like chicken barbecue, but that's because that barbecue sauce is generally kind of sweet too.
See, I don't like barbecue sauce or traditional mayonnaise because it's got too much sugar in it.
Well, I'm like the least pickiest eater. Like if I eat a chicken wing, there's barely a bone left. Like I'll chew the bone up.
I'm the same way.
Every tendon. Apple, there's no core when I'm done eating the apple. I eat the whole damn apple.
I don't do that. But
I eat the banana peel and the orange peel, but that tastes like crap.
Sorry, buddy. I've got these tree trunks right now that have
the bigger ones. I like those trees the best.
Yeah, that have this square 2x2 brick on the bottom, then 5 round 2x2 bricks on top, then 4 of these arch pieces. I'm gonna do some
those arch pieces together with another brick on top.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna do some experimentation with different leaf pieces and also different heights of the trees to see if I want to put more branches on top. And I'm gonna make a couple designs using different pieces, different colors, and get everyone's opinion. So I'm just going to make some standard designs first.
Will says steak subs are my favorite food. I'm the poster boy for healthy eating. You know, Will, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but with your sleep schedule, I feel like your dietary is like mine. Your eating habits are like mine. I eat of convenience. It's like my dinner, lunch, whatever's the quickest, easiest, convenient. And I'm also not opposed to eating the same thing every damn day for however long. Like my wife will make like a tub of lasagna. I eat lasagna every day for like a week.
I've ate a waffle for breakfast for the past week, and I've had chicken and rice for dinner for the past week.
I don't
If it ain't
have
broken, don't fix it.
I don't have breakfast most days. Most days I don't eat anything until 4 hours after I wake up.
That's usually about me. I can't eat breakfast until I get going. Get going in the morning, get everything moving.
I eat breakfast like 30 minutes after I wake up. I'm just so fat. I get hungry the minute I open my eyes because I'm so fat.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just haven't eaten breakfast for years and years and years. It's because I don't got the time, I think. Like
I don't
whenever I
have
got my
I
feet
don't
hit
have
the
the
floor,
time
go,
either.
go, 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 go.
I don't have the time either. Like when I went to university on the train back in like before mask mandates,
Johnny.
I was eating an Atkins bar every morning on the train ride. But then when mask mandates came around, I was like it's just too uncomfortable to eat this stuff now, which sucks because Atkins bars are really nutritious. I like eating them.
And I'll take more in my lunch, but every day in my lunch, 2 pizza pops. Every day for like the last 3 years. 2 pizza pops, 3 mini cucumbers, an apple, a bagel.
What is a pizza pop? I'm American. I'm stupid.
Pizza pops like a Hot Pocket.
Oh,
You got pizza pops in America, fun time.
yeah, the Hot Pockets. We just don't call them that.
You don't got like brand name pizza pops?
No.
Interesting.
And we have DiGiorno pizza as like a pizza we put in the oven, and it's a different name in Canada. I forget the name.
Delicio.
Yeah, Delicio, that.
And yours is DiGiorno.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Probably the same company too, eh?
It is the same company.
If we tell them Canadians it's Delicio, we tell them Americans it's DiGiorno.
They think it's different.
I can't eat
And-
enough, or at least I drink coffee though.
And I don't believe that they're related. But if we tell Australians that it's Papa Giuseppe's,
Papa, where? What? Papa? Is
Papa
that you?
Giuseppe's, where's Papa Bricks when you need him?
Look, Papa, I'm a real boy.
You know what? I always like it when Papa's Bricks and Mama's Bricks are in the same chat, so I can say, "Hey, Mum and Pop."
That's
And
funny.
you guys say Z for like the last letter of the alphabet, right?
Yeah, instead of Z, because that's only American English to say Z.
Yeah.
Oh no, I probably use both randomly. Because as soon as you said that, I started thinking about it. I was like X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. I was like, I don't even know which one I use.
Yeah, and like if anyone has
What an underrated
problem,
letter.
if anyone has a problem with the way that different people pronounce things in different regional English, just go watch English with Lucy, her videos about comparing British English with Australian English and American English and Canadian English and New Zealand English. I think I see a Doc Sampson in the chat. Hey Doc.
pizza pops look like apple turnovers, only they aren't. Wouldn't that be an unexpected mouthful? You think you're going to get a nice apple cinnamon turnover, you know, a little slice of apple pie? No, instead, you got a mouthful of hot cheese and pepperoni, and it probably stuck to the roof of your mouth and burnt that shit.
Now, Doc Sampson, I'm not sure how long you've been lurking away, but
Long enough to hit that record button.
been inspired by a brick hive to build trees, because I've needed to build trees for a while now. And if you would like to come on to the panel, I'd be more than willing to send you an invitation.
I don't know how long you've been lurking for, Doc, but I fully endorse at least half the crap that came out of my mouth tonight.
Good morning, Brick World. I just gotta say that.
Good morning, Brick World.
And also, I can't wait for the next time. I can't wait for the next time that Brick Hive decides to build some more trees, because he's going to have an epic forest. I'm sure that there are other people now wanting to build forests as well.
I'm going to have to go check that out. I know I see him talking about it, but when I go to Hive's channel, I don't see the Lego City updates. And I got to go sift, and I'm going to ask him where he usually puts them.
Yeah,
where's Hive usually stick his city updates?
I think I spoke to Hive like 6 months ago or something.
In the weekly updates?
I can't remember when it was, but he said that he doesn't have a playlist for his city updates. At least I couldn't find one. But I think Brick Hive would get more traffic on his channel if he did.
We should do one of those high school polls. Your top 10 favorite YouTubers. Keep it going.
Because who is it? BFAB is in here. The top 10 ugliest YouTubers.
What? How BFAB fit into that? That guy's a stud muffin. You see the picture of him?
Number 1 is me.
Guy's probably dodging it like the Matrix. Aren't you, BFAB? Wouldn't be throwing themselves at you and you're just like...
Well, the reason I say that is because BFAB said that on someone else's live stream months ago, and people got upset about that for no reason. And he just kept on getting crap, and it's just become a running joke about how soft people are. And then I had some people say, well, you know, people don't understand sarcasm, and so they just get mad at it because they think you're being legitimate. And
you know, they say that people don't understand sarcasm until that person wants to drop a sarcastic line. And then they're like, what, you don't get it? You didn't get it?
Yeah, it's like... It's like if people don't understand sarcasm, maybe they need to take a social experiment.
Be a good one.
Maybe they need to take a social experiment class to learn about sarcasm. I really want the T-shirt that Briggsar has that says it's a parody of a Star Wars quote. Sarcasm is strong with this one.
That's a good one.
So there's my first tree. It is very, very basic, and it is not the best by any means, but that's my tree. That's the first design.
I like the leaves on that. I like the top on that.
Now let me try and make a design instead of the bright green is regular green.
Classic will, but it'd have to be like a 50 minifigure series or something.
Hello, Evan Enhanced. Haven't seen your name, I don't think, before. I might be mistaken, but if you're new here, thank you for showing
Happy
up.
Friday, Enhanced Evan. Right on.
Have any of you guys seen Evan's name before? Because my mind is so blurry, I can't remember.
It's all right. My mind's so blurry. I gotta go Google SMH right now.
Shaking my head.
Okay.
And,
Oh yeah, I'll
and
do that to
normally-
you, Doc. I'll do that to you often.
And then when you type in SMH on chat functions, it comes up with the face palm emoji. And let's not go down the rabbit hole of the pregnant man emoji. Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
I will
I
say a
didn't
good
even know.
technique for trees like that would be
There's a
using
pregnant man emoji?
brick 4 stars
Apparently,
on
I'll
sides
never use it because it's ridiculous.
1x8.
That's not even biologically
Wait.
possible, but okay.
Ah, I like that one.
Oh, Will Harper said Richard from Bearded Bricks is sending me a T-shirt with the package of figs he is sending me. Oh, nice. Evan says I will say a good technique for trees like that would be to use the Travis brick, yes, with the 4 studs on the side and use 1x8 brown plates. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've seen some people. I've seen some people do that so that you have the smooth edge. Oh,
And that
that's
kind
I
of looks
have
like a weeping willow.
I have used some of the Travis bricks in these trees, and I actually need to order some more on Bricklink because I want to make more South Australian fern trees and pine trees.
Good old memories.
Yeah, I definitely need to order some more of the Travis bricks. And for those who don't know the origins of the name Travis Brick, just go back and watch the first live stream where I was building these. Go into my playlist of my live streams and you'll find it. And I told that backstory, and then that encouraged Papa's Bricks to do some more research about that. And he actually taught me something about the origins of the Travis Brick that I didn't know. And I do agree with what Evan says. I've seen that in a lot of indoor mocks. I actually learned this technique from a down under brick. I actually learned this this build technique from a Down Under Bricks either tutorial or city update back in like 2016 or something, and that was well before the indoor set came out. Yeah, Mayo Hosko.
That's
Jody
right. It's Mayo Hosko right now.
Jody says, when I was in school, I was allowed to bring a snack and my drink bottle and have it in class, and I rode what people call short bus to school with my best friend Ozzy, who also likes Thomas and Friend. Yeah, for those who don't know, I'm a TTTE enthusiast as well. So much so that I will never call Thomas the Tank Engine Thomas and Friends. I hate that terminology. That's a hit. That is a hit entertainment. That is a hit entertainment rebrand, and I do not like hit entertainment. Samson says Mayo covers it from every possible
should be
angle.
changed, Will.
And for those who don't know, I was going back and forth with Doc Sampson 2 weeks ago. I in one of my live streams, in the description I put secret word. I didn't want to put it in the title, and then afterwards I had people telling me in the live stream going, well, you know what, you should go ask Doc Sampson to see if he's okay with that. And so I asked Doc, are you willing to put a trademark on secret word? And then I think it was the last episode of Good Morning Brick World, Doc Sampson showed a build of a trademark for secret word. So I think that was a nice joke. And so instead, I'm going to ask Doc, would you be okay if instead of saying secret word, I say special word instead? Because I do have a special word that I'm just going to keep rolling over and over and over. I do have a special word, but I try not to talk about it.
We could do that, Will.
I try not to talk about it in every live stream, because then people will say, "Oh, you're just copying Doc Samson." But is Doc Samson prepared to put a trademark on special word as well as secret word? And Doc Samson says, "Oh, did I mention I loved your Super Bowl commercial? How did you score Pete Davidson? Was that for Tourism Australia? Because I know that Tourism Australia has a history of advertising at the Super Bowl." Will says, "I say we switch it to BOTS or bricks on their sides." Will says, "Forget Travis Brick. Let's talk about the acronym SNOT. Should be changed. The second you use a SNOT brick, you have a stud on top again." Well, see, I think Will Harper makes a good point, but I think it's going to take a cultural shift in the community to rename that acronym, and also because Lego has put that acronym in some of their media themselves. I think it'd be hard to do that, honestly.
What are some brand names in Canada and Australia?
For like food or for
Either anything really.
Well, I'll say
products are different than Australia's.
What I'll say is that PepsiCo Frito-Lay is the biggest snack and beverage company in the world because they're essentially a holding company. So instead of Lay's in Australia, we have Smith's. Smith's is a brand of potato chips owned by Frito-Lay. So instead of Lay's, we have Smith's. We now, for the longest of time, we did not have Cheetos in this country because, as a part of the Smith's potato chips company, they have a product called Twisties, which is very similar, but I think it tastes better than Cheetos because it's more cheesier. It has a thicker consistency and it has a louder crunch. So for the longest times in Australia, we've had Twisties instead of Cheetos. Then we had Cheetos cheese and bacon balls, and then half a decade ago we got Cheetos Puffs, and now I'm addicted to Cheetos Puffs.
I'm addicted to the puff balls only at Christmas time for some reason, though.
And so yeah, this is, and we don't. I think in the UK they have Walker's potato chips, and somehow Walker's is available in some states of the US. But I think someone in the UK.
I've heard of Walker's.
Someone in the UK. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Walker's their main brand of potato chips? I want to say that.
See, I never understood that, Doc. Even Doc says Hellman's Mayo is best foods west of the Rocky Mountains, but it's the exact same product. Like, why would they spend the money for different packaging and different, like you go from New York and you're looking for mayo on the store shelves at Walmart, but you're in LA, like you're going to be all discombobulated. Like, I wonder why they do that. Like, is it a tax benefit to have a sub company within a company that makes the exact same product? Like, I don't get that.
I went to Nevada and almost everything was different, and there was only one state over.
Oh, wow. And that's still within America. That's crazy.
And also, it's because not every company can afford to operate their businesses in every single state.
But then why would they change the product name though? So if that company, if Frito-Lay couldn't have a manufacturing plant in every state, then why change the name of your product just to get it into that state?
I think, okay, this is my hypothesis. I think the reason it's a different name for a product because it was once a different product that PepsiCo Frito-Lay bought out because they're a holding company and then forced them to change the recipe. But keep it a different name because technically it's not a product of PepsiCo Frito-Lay. PepsiCo Frito-Lay just own it as a holding company because
we got builders that do that, house builders that do that.
That's why I always found it so strange that
makes sense.
all of a sudden, Pizza Hut in Australia,
Cool, Will.
which is owned by Yum Brands, which used to be Tricon Foods, which is owned by PepsiCo Frito-Lay, changed their soft drink from Pepsi to Coke. Why would they make that change if Pizza Hut is owned by Yum Brands, which is owned by PepsiCo Frito-Lay? I always found that decision so weird, and I think either Arby's or Chick-fil-A made the switch in the US, and people got upset because they couldn't order a Mountain Dew with their fast food anymore. I can't get Mountain Dew at Pizza Hut anymore.
I hate Mountain Dew.
I love Mountain Dew.
I love Dr. Pepper.
I don't like original Pepsi. I like
heard the soda song.
I like vanilla Coke better than original Coke. And I did a little bit of research a couple years ago, and I looked at the I think it was my sister had a house party, and they had both Pepsi and Coca-Cola, and I was just bored out of my mind, and I was thinking to myself, well, why is there a difference between Pepsi and Coke? And I got to looking at the ingredients, and I was like, oh, Coca-Cola has something called caramel coloring, and that's the difference. Yeah, if you have to go to bed, I'm not going to hold that against you, Funtime.
I'm tired. I took my sleeping pill like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Good hanging out, man. Hope we can catch up with you sooner than later.
It was great talking to you, Mike.
Nice talking to y'all. See ya.
See you soon, buddy.
Bye.
So these are the differences between these two designs of trees. People in the comments and Macro and my other Patreon supporters, because Patreon supporters carry the most weight in these decisions. Do you like the regular green on the right or the bright green on the left? I know the lighting isn't the best, but which color of green do you prefer?
I like the lighter ones myself, but I'd also say on some trees, not all of them, some trees blend the two colors together.
Yes, and that's something I'm going to do like right now. I'm going to see if a mixing of the colors works good as well. Let me see some of these comments.
Could you imagine back in the day, Doc? We'd all be
Doc
sniffing
says
cola like that.
That would be the VeggieTales version. Will
bring back
why you gotta segregate trees? It's because I want to ask. It's because I want to ask. I want to get the viewers' thoughts about what design they think is good. Because I'd like to build all of my mocks. I'd like to build all of my mocks on live streams, and ask them, hey, should I do this or this? Because I want people to be, because I like it when other people have some decision making in the construction of my mocks, because that makes it more engaging for people to want to watch me build mocks.
Those have been some of the best
Axel,
mocks, is when you get the community input.
Hey Axel, Well, Will Harper, I have been inspired by Brick Hive to become a Lego tree hugger.
Oh.
Not afraid to say I've become a Lego tree hugger. And Axel Plate and Johnny, if you guys would want to come on to the panel, I'd be more than willing to send you an invite. And same with Doc, and Will Harper has one by default. Okay, so we are only two viewers away from double digits. Let's get up to double digits, and be sure to leave a like on. Be sure to leave a like on the live stream to tell YouTube that people like to watch my videos, because YouTube thinks that people don't. That's what YouTube thinks. How many of these pieces do I have? I've only got 2 of them, so that sucks a bit. But I want to use the ones that don't have the stud on the bottom for this tree in particular. That don't have the anti-stud on the bottom. But where are they?
All a cone sheet.
I think there's one around here.
Rage against Mayo's trees. This is the tree meme now.
Well, if you want, if someone wants to come up
over there.
If someone wants to come up with a hashtag and spread it around social media with the hashtag Mayo Hosko as well, I wouldn't oblige, because we need more. I need to get more social media traction. I'm only 2 followers away from 150 on Instagram, by the way.
Nice. Let's hope get Mayo 2 more followers to 150 and beyond.
And it was my goal to get to 150 on Instagram and 50 on Twitter by the end of the month. But I'm less confident about Twitter, because not as many community members are on Twitter.
Jody says she's looking up the SKU. Yeah, that mini doll castle, as long as it's still a castle, I mean, I'll chuck the mini dolls out and throw in my own minifigures, as long as it's a decent castle.
I've had a lot of people say that, oh, yeah, there's this thing coming out, but then I've had other people say that that's just a rumor, that's not going to happen. And my stance with rumors is that I don't believe in them. I'll wait till the press release.
Oh.
I'll wait till the press
sniped him.
Release comes out, because I just don't believe in rumors. Like, there's the rumor about that Transformers set going around, which is not going to happen because Hasbro owns the Transformers franchise. Hasbro and Mattel are competitors of Lego, so that's not going to happen. Don't get hyped for the Transformers mech, people.
That's the problem, is I don't want to get hyped up for the releases or the what's coming down the pipe, and then just to be disappointed.
Yeah. We had a spammer, so hopefully one of my mods has blocked that person.
Oh, well, smashed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's a decent castle, as long as you can still get a good castle or parts, good parts for a castle, I'll chuck the mini dolls out. I'll burn them under a magnifying glass. I don't care.
Yeah, Axel's right when Axel says so many photoshopped sets are rumored.
Yeah, that's bad all the time, especially modulars.
I guess Axel Plate has now become Alex Plate. I'm just teasing Jody. And Will Harper says, I sniped him quick, Mayo. Yes, I think Will Harper is probably a moderator on more channels than I can count. Fingers on my hands.
Because Will's the man.
Johnny says, get hyped. Axel says, for castle, look up Blue Bricks, Castle Bluestone, and extensions. Yeah, there's some people. I think I'm hearing more and more people talk about. I'm hearing more and more people talking about blue bricks, and now I'm considering. Well, now I asked the question: should I try buy a set? Because apparently
gonna try.
they're good quality. Apparently they're good quality.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I've built other off-brand Lego sets, so I'll give
Will
it a
Harper
go.
says I'm a modern like 24 channels. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that, Will, because you're very quick to ban those bots and the trolls and stuff.
I thought that said get high, Johnny G, but it said get hype.
So here's another design.
Damn Freudian psychology again.
It's the same design with a mix of both colors. So now
I like that. I find the dark green blended in with the brown quite a bit. And then the light green had a bunch of pop, where this tree has a nice mixture. That brown doesn't blend away.
So I'll try put all of these on the one.
Curves and arches.
I'll try to put all of these on the one area. Let me just get this base plate. Let me just get this base plate that is from the 1987 police headquarters. And let me put all of this stuff on a base plate.
That's a good point, Jody. How do you explain Lego stealing people's ideas when we just shame Leppin for doing it? Holy cow. When the person isn't using Lego bricks, but 2 or 3 years later, Lego comes up with a set that looks the same as the person's mock. Burning trees.
High iron and burning rubber.
And parrots. You got any parrots for your trees? Birds?
I'm not building indoor because, as Doc Sampson knows, and as Will Harper knows, I'm not a Star Wars fan. Although this skyscraper is the Star Wars tower, because I had so many printed and stickered elements from Star Wars sets that I wasn't going to use elsewhere.
How did you get so many printed and stickered Star Wars elements when you don't like Star Wars and buy Star Wars sets?
I think I got them on bulk in bulk lots and from independent toy stores. We had them in bulk bins. I want to say that's why. So these are the trees.
Nintendo set, interesting.
So these are the trees. This is very, very, very flimsy. But let me just rotate this. So where is it? So the one on the right is the all regular green branch leaves.
That middle one's jumping out at me.
The one in the middle is the all bright green tree branches. Well, branch leaves. And the one on the left is combination of the regular and the bright green. So all of you guys in the chat, let me know which you think is the best. And I'll put this to vote as well as my other trees on my Patreon supporters and then my fan club members, which is on Facebook, links in the description, and then on my social media followers. So you guys let me know which color scheme you think is the best. Axel
what
says,
color skin? The majestic flower.
No, sorry, what color scheme? Axel says, hey, the idea of building bricks was stolen by Lego. Incorrect, and many things are. Don't picture Lego as this holy company. The reason that's incorrect is because they did not steal. They did not steal the design from Kittycraft. They legally acquired the patent after the owner of Kittycraft Bricks retired, left the company to his children, and they didn't want to pay for the molding machine that made the bricks. So I believe either they stopped paying for the patent or they sold the patent to Lego. They bought the rights for the molding machine, and that's when they started manufacturing the automatic binding bricks in 1949. Lego came up with a hollow brick design that didn't have the rigid edges at the bottom in, I think, 1943. And the automatic binding bricks came out in 49, which was after they legally acquired the patent for the molding machine to manufacture the bricks. And then they tweaked their design, so they came up with their new patent in 1958 for tubes on the bottom. And then in 1973, I believe it was, they re-upped their patent to have the cross supports at the bottom as well as the tubes. And after they re-upped their patent in 1973, well, with their bricks they produced from 1972 to like 1978. In 1972, they put pat pending at the bottom, but they kept pat pending in the mold even after the patent was approved. I believe they didn't remove pat pending because they didn't want to make yet another mold. So even after the patent was approved, they still had pat pending at the bottom. And I believe it was when the minifig came out in 1978.
I like it, Joey.
I believe it was in 1978 when they came out with the minifigure. All of the bricks they filled in the part of the mold that said pat pending because they finally had the money or something to get rid of it. Hello, Aussie Bricks. Now, for those who don't know, Aussie Bricks is a semi-veteran of the community, and I'm so glad that Aussie Bricks is back in the community. If you guys
what up, Aussie Bricks?
If you see, Macro Bricks probably knows who Aussie Bricks is from 2016 Asia Pacific live streams.
Yep, if it's the fellow I'm thinking of, he does like the combat training, I believe, or like hand-to-hand self-defense.
And Aussie Bricks has Aussie Bricks has a really good Lego City, and
Yep.
yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia for watching Aussie Bricks' city updates, and I'm so glad he made one in January.
Yeah, I've been watching Aussie Bricks for a long time. He has the super packed in roads.
Yeah, because if you guys might remember a while ago, I actually got Aussie on the panel, and it was really good to have him on. So if you guys haven't seen his city updates, go and subscribe to Aussie Bricks and go binge watch his city updates. Axel says, when I was young, we had the first minifigs without the movable arms and legs and no face prints. Yes, that was, for the longest of time, Lego called those pre-minifigs just people. Some people called them statue figs because in sets in 1978 that had minifigs in them, they used those pre-minifigures as statues. So people like to call them statue figs. But there was a book that came out a couple years ago that said that they were stage action figures. And I wish I had some of those. I wish I had some of those stage action figures. And I wish I had some of the maxi figures that were sold in the homemaker sets, which were often just called building set with people.
Yup, those are sweet.
Will says, I wish I was in the community back then. The last 26 months has been great. Yes, a lot of people left after Adpocalypse in 2018 because people, like, what comes to my mind is string cheese and applesauce was making a killing on his videos.
I miss him too.
Then Adpocalypse comes around, he starts making less money, he decides to quit. Adpocalypse was, I think, the worst thing that ever happened to this community because so many people just left after Adpocalypse. Because it was after Adpocalypse, you had to have 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. All those people under 1,000 subscribers, they got demonetized.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would have left because I'm only in this for the money, so I would have been long gone.
Yeah, but you were never, but you weren't monetized when you're still not monetized, which I think is a crime.
But if I was, I would have left. I'm not in it for the Lego. I'm in it for the millions of YouTube dollars. So if that's not there, what am I doing here?
Yeah, you weren't monetized when Adpocalypse happened, so you were never affected by it. But there were dozens of people in the community that I can remember that none of y'all probably can't because
Monetization, it's just a state of mind.
you weren't active in the community back then. That don't remember all of that, and so yeah, people and there are people today who still don't know what Adpocalypse is. But Adpocalypse was probably the worst thing that ever happened to YouTube.
I gotta thank the community back then for fulfilling my addiction problems, because watching all those great people back then led up to the situation I'm in now.
Yeah, both Haley Bricks and Hoosier Bricks have done Lego City updates, and I think they stopped doing as much.
Haley's.
I think they stopped doing as much YouTube videos about their cities and their dioramas and displays because they change it every time for conventions. What I'd really like to see both Haley Bricks and Hoosier Bricks do is make layout tours of the stuff that they show at conventions, because they're always building stuff for conventions in their live streams. I'd love to see videos
Chris was
of their
doing that for a bit.
layouts at. I'd love to see videos of their layouts at conventions. I'd love to see that because
Bricks for Chris was doing that, and his was so big that he'd do like, okay, I'm going to show you guys these 15 plates, base plates, and then I'm going to show you the next section of 15 base plates. I'm going to move these to storage.
Because I think the last time I know I've seen a Hoosier Bricks layout on camera was when Briggsar went to Brick Fair, Alabama last year and 2 years ago. And a lot of his live streams were centered around the layout that Hoosier Bricks and Bricks for Chris collaborated on, and other people who use the whatever system that Penlug created. They got some other people like Buick Trains who brought along modules and some of their Penlug inspired locomotives to put on that layout. I think it's the I forget what the system is called, but it's the system. It's the system. It's the system where it's you have a table, and it's 72. No, it's 96 by 96 studs, and if you have train track, so that the trains don't fall over, the train track has to be 16 studs. No, it has to be a whole base plate's worth of studs in from the edge of the table, so that if the train tips over, it doesn't fall off the table and come crumbling down. Yeah, Doc Sampson says Hoosier set up a couple of weeks ago at a convention. Yes, and in the live streams leading up to that convention, Hoosier would have been building all of that stuff for his layout. I wish there was someone who was closer to Hoosier who could pass that along. I want to see Hoosier Bricks and Haley Bricks, if they have the right technology and if they have the time, to make videos about their layouts at their conventions, because that'd get thousands of views. I'm sure I'm not the only one who wants to see videos of their layouts at conventions. That'd get thousands of views. They could do live streams of their layouts at conventions, and they get hundreds of viewers for those live streams because they're so interesting, and so many people like myself respect their craft so much.
RESPCT. Chicago or bust? Doc, are you going to Chicago?
I want to go to Brick Fair, Alabama in 2023 because Briggsar said that he'd be there. I want to talk to Briggsar. I want to come wearing the Tipper Truck Army t-shirt. I want to spend I want to spend the whole of January in the in the south. I really do.
For 2023?
Yes, pending travel restrictions.
But other than travel restrictions, 2023, you're going to fly all the way from Australia to the States.
Yes,
That's cool.
I want to do that
That's
because
cool.
I just want to talk to Briggs in person. The greatest live stream I ever had on the channel is where Briggs came on, and no surprise, that's my highest viewed live stream. So go back and so go back to my podcast and live stream playlist, and you'll find it in there. Really, just go back and watch any. Just go back and watch any of my playlists and just binge watch videos from any of my playlists. Just please with candy syrup and sugar on top. And with what Axel Plank said earlier about the trees, I think you should use all three for variety. Just like when I built these trees that look like the trees from Endor, I have 3 different designs. I will be using all of them. Make no mistake, I will be using all of them because I'm not going to waste a design. I'm going to be using all of them. But I do want to come up with a standard. The same thing goes for these trees. I have three different designs. I will be using all of them, but I do want to use a standard design.
Wow.
For biodiversity.
It's a long ass flight.
And Will Harper says Holly has flown here from Australia twice in the last month. She said it's an 18-hour flight to the West Coast. Axel says, I want to go to a Lego convention where Briggs is and steal some of his tipper trucks. See, I was going to go to Philly Brick Fest in 2020, but, well, you know. I don't keep up with Star Wars, but I don't think there's ever been an Ewok battle pack. That's why the Ewok Village set is so beloved by fans, and people like Macro Bricks own the Ewok Village. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I want the Ewok Village set.
That one's sentimental to me.
Yeah, and so I do want to.
For all the wrong reasons.
I'm satisfied with the progress I've made today with these trees. So I'm going to move these trees off to the side, and I'm going to put these trees on this base plate as well, just so I can keep all of my trees together. And I'll end this live stream whenever you need to go, Macro. So you just give me the heads up whenever.
Oh, I don't need to go.
Exactly. So we're just going to keep on going while we've got a captive audience, while I can get the watch time hours.
Get her done.
You know what?
You hit your double digits?
Well, we're at half of that. I would like to get to double digits. We got to 9 earlier, which is the closest we've got, but I think there were some bots that came in.
That was also decent prime time on Friday night there, now that it's almost 1 here.
Well, yeah, we are coming into Saturday night.
Some of those soft serves had to go to bed.
Australia, so maybe we might get some Aussie viewers there. But we will be ending this before we will be ending this thing before a door build goes live in a little over 4 hours.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I should probably get some sleep. I was gonna go to work tomorrow too. Maybe I just back.
Oh yeah, I'm going to call. I'm going to see what Captain Matt is doing, because I'm still live. He said he was going shopping for new technology.
Nice. That's always fun. Work's probably keeping him pretty busy then, eh? Still.
I wouldn't be too surprised if some of y'all go to bed and then people from the UK wake up. Wait, let me just stop this. I'm still live if you got time.
That's one of the things I really like watching the most on YouTube is people straight up Lego City updates.
Yeah, that's why I like to do Lego City updates. That's the number one thing I binge on people's Lego channels is Lego City updates. So I just hope that people want to binge watch my city updates as well. I really do. And I do have some other plant pieces. You know what? I do have these kind of fern pieces, which admittedly would probably make a better fern tree for an international fern tree, but these trees that look like the pine trees of Endor are trying to look like South Australian fern trees that kind of do look like pine trees. I want to try. I know I've got a bunch of 1x1 lime green stuff, and I was watching. I was watching a Down Under Bricks city update from like 2016, and he got talking about how. Does anyone else remember Cool Kid Bricks? He had just a forest of bamboo. And I was thinking, well, I've got a lot of lime green 1x1 round stuff. Why don't I try use some of these pieces to make some bamboo? I want to see if I have any bamboo. Let's put these lights on. I should have done that earlier, to be honest. Let's see what kind of 1x1
Oh, that's sweet. Well, you can expand it now that it's in the
round
contest.
bricks I have. I guess I don't have any in lime green. I thought I had some 1x1 lime green plates
It does seem to never end.
that I could try and make some bamboo out of. And also I have a bunch of the dark green seaweed pieces that I'd like to use to make some willow trees inspired by the Whomping Willow from Lego Harry Potter. I swear I had a whole bunch of lime green 1x1 round plates. I know they're around here somewhere. I guess I just can't find them at the moment.
It's right. I think I got a little bit of an issue coming up here.
I guess I just can't find them right now. Anyway, I'll try and build some bamboo some other time because I definitely like to use these pieces for bamboo.
I ordered 50 Black Falcons, but I don't think I got any heads for them.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good. Yeah, I would like to try and build one of those trees. I just need to find... Yeah, I think these trees look very similar to a baobab tree. But I want these to be more like an oak tree or something.
The baobab tree, is that Australian native that you always kind of see the pictures of just one in the middle of nowhere?
I think that's more indicative of the African savanna, if anything else.
Okay.
But I do want to... I do know that there are some pieces that I can put on top of these trees to make them look more like an oak tree. In fact, come to think of it, I think they use this piece. Let me experiment with it.
I'm taking this dude's space.
Let me experiment with it. And let's see if this looks good. If I can try make one of these oak trees look more realistic. And if you guys think it looks good, then I'll try order more of these pieces to make a more accurate looking oak tree. But if you guys think it's too much, then I won't bother. These things are an absolute pain to get off. Let me see if our brick separator can help. We're at half a dozen people watching right now. It'd always be great if we can get to a dozen. If we can get to a dozen viewers, but that rarely happens.
Doesn't have a dozen, come on, a dozen. Oh, what kind of sticker sheet is this? Thanks. Thanks, Lego.
Yeah, that's what we pay our hard-earned money for.
Ripped off.
Okay, that came out. Phew. There we go. That second chain link was easier to get off. So now let me go back to these. Yeah. I'd rather use these black bricks for the centers of the trunks that are hidden in amongst the branches, because it reminds me more of the trees from Lego Forestman. Axel says, stick a hill. Yes, I absolutely do want to make some Forestman trees with all black trunks, but that I'm going to reserve to when I do more stuff with my medieval diorama, which, if you guys haven't watched my videos about my castle mock, you'll know that I have plans about that stuff. And you guys can probably search for that in my playlist about mocks.
Well, here it is. Where's the black squirrel at? How long will it be till we get a botanical set of oak? Might be waiting for a little bit.
This is the problem with these leaves, is that they don't have a lot of clutch power.
Yeah, you got to build them up with plates or stick, what's that other little element? Like some of these through them to connect them together if you can.
I'm just going to disassemble one of these logs.
It's always a pain in the butt when they start falling apart.
And I think what I'm going to do with the other logs is I'm just going to try and take this piece. No, sorry. I will do one of these for a test run and see how good it looks. And I think I want 2 of these. Yeah, I think that looks better. And then I want to use some of the smaller some of the smaller leaf pieces. So I'm probably not going to be able to do that technique for the one with the stuff with the lime. Well, with the bright green, which might sway your decision about whether you want me to go with the bright green or the regular green, because they don't do these small leaf pieces.
Oh, that's a good one, a burn tree.
They don't do the small leaf pieces in the bright green, but they do in the regular green. And if I use the regular green, I can do this technique to make it look more like a realistic oak tree. So now I've done that. How much better does that look with those smaller leaf pieces on top? That leaf branch is a little bit crooked.
Yeah, I like that. Finishes it off nice.
How much better does that look?
A lot better.
To have 3 layers of leaf branches. A lot better. I think that looks a lot better, and I can't do that with an all bright green. Can't do that with an all bright green oak tree. So I'll ask the question: is having the leaf branches in bright green worth the sacrifice of not getting these top leaf branches on top. Is it worth the sacrifice? Yes or no? I personally say no, because I can get more detail. But I'll put it to a vote.
I vote for more detail.
So you think it's not worth the sacrifice then?
No.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what other people have to say. And I'll have to ask a lot of these questions to Captain Matt and Venomous Typhon as well, who are my other Patreon supporters. Johnny says, I like detail.
It's all in the details, eh, Johnny?
A vote? Why? It is your tree. Build it like you want. Well, I like this voting method is a way to get more engagement in the live stream. Keep the viewers engaged, you keep them watching for longer. And also, I like to let my viewers know that they are appreciated for watching this stuff. So I like to let them make good certain decisions. And and whenever I have any decision for anything in Mayo City, I always come to my Patreon supporters because they are paying cold, or they're paying their hard-earned money to support me monetarily. So I like to give them something for their money. And if you would like to be treated the same way, there's a link for my Patreon in the description. And when I can get monetized on YouTube, I'll donate 10% of my earnings to other people's Patreon and membership programs. Because there's a bunch of people I'd like to support on YouTube that have a membership program or a Patreon program. So right now I have to be very selective about who I pledge to. And so now that I've got these top tree leaves on this tree, now do you think, I know the camera angle isn't that good, but now do you think that there's too little bright green on this tree? Let's get this in better shot. Do you think there is too little bright green on this tree now?
I don't. I think it looks good.
So you think having a ratio of 4 of the big regular green leaves, 4 of the big bright green leaves, and 4 of the small regular green leaf, that's not too much of a that's not too much heaviness towards regular green over bright green?
No, I don't think so. And you could even, again, for variety, you could switch it up. Maybe some trees get 3 bright green, some trees get 1 bright green. I don't know, but I don't think it's too much at all.
Yeah, because something I'll run by people again is for this the ones that only have a total of 4 bright green leaves compared to a total of 8 regular green leaves. Is what if I was to put this piece on top to give it more of a color balance? Do you think that adding this little piece on top adds to the color balance? It looks better for me in person than it is on live stream camera. So I will have to get better angles of that for Instagram.
Well, if that looks good for you, that's cool. Because I say that could be like a new growth, like a new sprout coming up.
Hey, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll definitely have to do some more photography about this stuff and put out better images out there so that people can have a more informed opinion. But I like the way that this is going, and I like the way that this is going. I wish Lego had the small leaf pieces in bright green. so that I could make this oak tree the same design as this oak tree. That's what I wish I could do, because it would be, because I do think that the bright green has more detail. Well, is a better color. Now I just need to do some Forge of Empires stuff, so I need to go away for just a couple minutes. So I'll still be over here.
Nice.
So I didn't ask you that, what are you building right now?
Well, I'm not building a whole lot of much. Macro is sorting some parts out from what set's this? With the two squirrels, picnic in the park. Picnic in the park. I'm just sorting these pieces out. Building some black falcons on the side. Not doing much really. Cleaning off the desk for tomorrow.
I know a lot of people are going to be buying that set like crazy.
I agree, Will. I'm doing the same. Taking her easy on the wallet. Giving it some breathing room. Shipping in the UK is crazy. I live in the Netherlands, so close yet so expensive. Yeah, I found it kind of standard. If I shipped to the States, it was like $19. Shipping to UK, I think it was like the same size package was like $24 or something. Will only buy at lego.com when it's double VIP points and exclusives. For other sets, I potentially wait for deals. TO to the UK. I got you. That's quite.
I don't buy a lot of stuff from Lego Shop at Home in the first place.
I'm in the US, so I know it would be a lot. Yeah, it seems like when you got to go over that ocean, they want to tack you an extra $7 or something. Which I'm not complaining. You know, my package made it across the ocean, so no complaints from me.
But you're still waiting on packages, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. They're 2-month orders from Lego right now. Intake tax. That's crazy. It's funny how when you order something from a different country, they still want their tax, though. Oh, it's a BC collect right on.
And we don't want to talk about taxes around macro, do we?
Well, it depends what time of the year it is. Although it's getting close to tax time, you know, we might get a little triggered up over here. I feel like most people in most countries are probably in the same boat. Most developed countries are probably in the same boat.
So have you decided which months of the year you spend your time working just to pay your taxes?
Yeah, every other month. So January's mine, February's for the government, March is mine, April's for the government, May's mine, June is for the government, and so on and so forth. I ordered from Amazon Germany. And they didn't tell you the seller was in the UK? Wow. Oh, nice. Well, grab them double VIP points, which usually scores you another little set. Yawn. Yeah, tomorrow I'm excited for the stream, though. We'll do some more castle building tomorrow.
I just want to know how many people realize that VIP points are really only 5% off. I wonder how many people actually know that.
I think most. I mean, if I can find it for 20% off at Toys R Us, I'm going to Toys R Us. But if I can wait and get an extra couple of VIP points, double points, then I'm getting, what, 10% off?
Yeah. And also, Lego deliberately charges more at their stores rather than the retailers to incentivize the retailers
Oh, well.
to be where people buy their Lego from so that they can have stronger ties with their retail contracts. That's what Janglix told me in a reply to one of my comments. That's what he said. That's Lego's strategy. So what does everyone think about that strategy?
It has its ups and downs.
It's kind of a similar way motor railway companies handle their relationships with the retailers.
What they
They
just
deliberately charge more from them direct to incentivize you to go to the retailers so that the retailers will want to carry their products.
We always got to try and throw in a middleman. Here we're just trying to cut the middleman out. Aye, 1 a.m. Right on, Mayo. When you're done your Forge of Empires there, I'll do my signing off.
Yeah, because I've done I've built some trees and I'm satisfied with what I've got done in these 2 hours or so.
Nice, very cool.
And I'm glad. I think this time slot might be something I go with for the foreseeable future.
Versus the 7:30 zone. Way too busy. Way too busy. Well, there's some good parts in this set I'm going to use in the Ninja Turtle area. Nice. All these pieces away now. Painful. That's what puts a guy to sleep, is sorting pieces.
Sorting is a necessary evil.
Evil for sure. Necessary 100%.
Yeah, I've done all I need to do here. Okay. Let's come back and try to end this thing.
I personally enjoy building Lego when it's sorted. It's more enjoyable that way. Hit that like button, says Will. Nice. Well, this is a good time.
Let's go over some of these comments before we go away. Will Harper's trying to be conservative. Axel's complaining about the shipping. Both of them are complaining about the shipping. I still have a bunch of pab cups I need to sort. Indeed, Will, everyone, I hope everyone remembered to hit that like button. Will says, yeah, this was a good time. Hive normally streams from 11 to 1, but he didn't tonight.
Hopefully he's feeling better tomorrow. And every other
Axel
day.
says, very high earners pay up to 50% tax here, not like in the USA where you earn more and pay less tax. Cumulative, that is.
Nice. Well, thanks for having me on, Mayo.
Yeah. Would you like to tell everyone where we can find you before you head on out?
Sure, you can find me tomorrow 6:30 doing live stream, rocking out the castle build, and usually Saturdays after that. I'm on Instagram, and feel free to check out Macro Bricks on YouTube.
And also we'll have to come up with some incentives for both of us to increase our audience, because I want to get to 500 and we need to get Macro Bricks to 4,000 watch time hours, which hopefully is only 100 away now.
It's probably pretty close to 100. I think it was only 138 last time I checked.
So it'd probably be less now because of the live stream that you did the other day, or about a week ago, and the other videos like your city updates. So if you're not subscribed to Macro already, just go do it. And
thank you.
feel free to binge watch his stuff so that we can get Macro Bricks monetized.
That's right. And tell your friends to come on over. Mayo got to get to 500. The more we watch, the more we get.
And the more YouTube will realize, hey, these guys are popular. Let's push Macro and Mayo on the algorithm. Sweet, we got to 10 likes. Thanks for pointing that out to me. All right, I'll see you on your live stream and in less than in about 18 hours or so.
Around that, 17,
And if you decide that you want some company, you can always contact me.
Awesome, much appreciated.
I'll see you in about 18 hours then.
Johnny, good to see you guys. Jody's still kicking around.
I'll see you in about 18 hours then, Macro.
Sounds good. You have a great night, man. You guys all take care and chat. I gotta go get some sleep.
Good night. So let me go back to the top and read out everyone's name. So of course we had StreamYard, we had Funtime in the panel, we had Macro Bricks in the panel, we had Clicking Cliff, Jody Smith, Bricklock, Johnny G, Will Harper, Jody Smith, who else? Scrolling. We had BFAB. We had Doc Sampson. We had Evan Enhanced. Scrolling. We had Axle Plate. We had one bot. Scrolling. Had Aussie Bricks. And still got a little while. Scrolling. And that was everyone. So thank you guys for coming out. Tell me if you think that this time slot is better. I think it's better because I'm not clashing with people who I respect their craft, which is Bevan's Bricks. I saw when I was watching his live stream, he got over 90 viewers. That's a lot. Wow. Congratulations, Bevan Bricks. My word. That's how much we respect his craft. And I'll end the live stream when I hear that notification. Actually, no, I'll end it. I'll roll to the credits in about 40 seconds. Let me just put these tree branches on this base plate and I'll come back to them in some other live stream. Because trust me, we are not done building these trees. I am a tree hugger and I want to build as many trees as I can because I like doing this stuff. Mayo City needs trees. So feel free to hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already so you get notified of these live streams because we love to say hello to people. So I will see you in the next live stream and I will see you in the next video. Let's roll the credits to get us out of here. Come on. End stream.